Hey everyone, welcome to this video. In this one, we're going to be doing Touring Car Championship, or actually TOCA Touring Car Championship, the first one. I've already done a video to the second one and got that to work. Now, needless to say, this one was a real pain to get to work. Most people that got this to work would get it to work without the sound. Sometimes the sound would come on, sometimes the sound wouldn't come on, sometimes it would crash. So I actually started backtracking to one of the older games that I ran, and I remember using a replacement Miles sound system file, and I was actually able to get the game to run flawlessly with that. So the sound effects do come on, and also the sound comes on every time you race. So if you guys are interested in giving this a shot, we can go ahead and open your browser. We're going to head over to the page that has the 1.1a patch. So go over here to this website. You're going to scroll down until you come across this one here, patch 1.1a, and that is DEN and FR. So go ahead and download that to your system. Now this one here you may or may not need, but I remember putting this on, after me playing around with it for a while. So I don't know if this had anything to do with it or not. So go ahead and download it if you want to, have it just in case. So go ahead and download this file right here, or actually the installer. So download that one, extract it, and install it. And then we are going to head over here. Now this is the patch that actually made the game work correctly. So we're going to go ahead down here, download this file, and you're going to put that anywhere, in your downloads folder. Make sure you extract that. Once you have all of those three files, you can just go ahead and close out the browser. Now I have mine already pre-installed, so I don't want to go through the whole, step of installing it again. But basically you're going to install the game. This one will not work if you do not have the CD or image of the CD mounted in a virtual drive or the actual physical CD. So you do need that in the bay to work. Now when you go in here and before you install the game, you need to make sure you right click on both this file, and you want to make sure that you set the compatibility mode to Windows 98 / ME. So make sure you have that on, and then you're going to do the exact same thing for this one. So go in there, do the exact same thing. You're going to go ahead and hit setup, and you're going to install the game. Okay, once the game is installed, you're going to go ahead and install the patch file that you downloaded. So once you get that patch downloaded, just go ahead and extract that. So it's going to look something like this. TOCA 1.1a. You're going to open that up. You want to make sure that one other thing before, when you install the game, make sure you install the game to this location. For some reason, it doesn't like the program files folder or long names. So keep it safe. I believe the game, when you install it, it has a little bit longer name. So just go ahead and cut that to show Tour Car. So it's a lot simpler because this is an old game. So C drive, Tour Car, that's going to be your install location. And then we'll go back to the, downloaded patch file. So you're basically going to extract that. That's super easy once you get it. Another thing I would recommend is go ahead and put it in your in the folder that has the actual game in there, and then you're going to extract it from there. Once you do, it's going to say it found the game, in the location that you put it inside. So once you've done with that, you're practically already, good to go. And quick edit here, I actually forgot to show you guys that you needed this MS S32DLL replacement. So that was from the link that I showed you earlier. So you're going to go ahead and extract that. Once that file is extracted, you're going to go inside and you're going to replace the original file that came with the game. You're going to paste that inside the folder with the game. Once that's done, now we can go ahead and continue with the process. So let's go ahead and launch that game. And we shouldn't have any problems launching that now. So you want to go ahead and go to the C drive where the game is at. And remember, you need the physical CD or the image mounted, either one. And you need to launch the game with the setup execute, not the tour cars execute. You should get this window. Leave all of this stuff alone. Click play. And I got this running with the DG Voodoo, so I'll show you that setup in just a minute there if you've never used it before. So most people that were able to get this running, they would get to this point, they would get here and there would be no sound. But as you can see, the sound is working perfectly. So what I would recommend, go in here and game options. You got your sound effects there, your CD music, music on, stereo effects, or you can go mono on here depending on what you want. You can turn the game music on or off. I personally haven't heard the music playing even with the image mounted. It does play like after the race is finished for like the replay, but it doesn't play during, you know, the actual race. For me, maybe it will for you. It all depends on how, you know, your setup goes. So graphics setup, you want to make sure in here you got high resolution. In here, make sure, because it defaults to high and it won't look as good. You want to go ahead and hit very high detail on that. And then this you could split, you know, to whatever one you want. I'm going to go ahead back. Controller setup here. If you have an analog controller, just a heads up, what I would do is, you know, go ahead and configure your joystick. You want to pick joystick instead of keyboard. Once you go into the configure spot, it's going to give you an option of digital or analog. If you have an analog controller that has, you know, the left and right trigger, the downside to this is it will, you know, it's an older game, so it's going to map the analog to your, you know, stick, the up and down stick for the actual, you know, accelerate and brake. So if you don't like that, just go ahead and pick digital and then hit the button you want for acceleration, brake, turn left, turn right, gear up, gear down, rear camera, and change camera and the horn sound. And once you've done that, you're all ready to go. I suggest, this game is real sensitive, so I would put the sensitivity low because the car tends to, you know, spin out very easily. And once you've done that, we'll go ahead and we'll just jump out of here real quick so I can set up the, I'll help you with the setup for DG Voodoo if you've never used that before. If you know how to use it, you know, you'll be good to go. You don't need to watch the rest of the video. So you want to make sure you take all your DG Voodoo files from wherever you have them, select A, copy all of those, and you're going to paste that in the folder that has the game. Right click on here, set it to compatibility mode, run as administrator. You're going to go ahead and launch that. And once you launch it, you're going to come up to this window. You want to make sure that this location shows the location of your game. This you could leave at, you know, best or 12 if your card can handle it. And then everything here you can leave alone. I like the scan line, so I just go down here and choose this aspect ratio CRT like. You can do that if you like the lines. If not, just go ahead and shoot right over to the DirectX tab. And then I was able to run this game in 4K, so it all depends if your computer can handle it. You can go ahead and shoot it all the way up to 4K. For the video, we're going to leave it at 1920 by 1080. And this you can pretty much leave alone. It worked well for me. Then go ahead and hit apply. And then one other thing, if you want to try and do these settings, will make the game look a little bit better. But sometimes DG Voodoo doesn't apply them correctly as far as, you know, the anti-aliasing and the filtering up here. So go ahead and leave those at app, you know, driven, leave those alone. Go to your digital panel if you have it either NVIDIA or AMD. I have AMD, so go in here. And then you're going to add the game to the menu here. I believe I've already done so. So let me take a look here. That's the second one. So let me go ahead and make sure. So it's set up, execute in the tour car folder. So I may not have done it. You can look in here alphabetically because it'll always put it alphabetically. So here it is. So I've done it. If you don't have it, just go ahead, you know, add a game, and you're going to go to the folder that has the game. Select the folder and double click on this one here. That's the one you want to add to the menu. Once you've done that, it's going to show up in your menu just like this. Click on that. You're going to maximize this, make it easier for yourself. Go to the advanced spot. You're going to override application settings. Set this to as high as you can. Multi-sampling, I'm going to do super sampling. And then the anisotropic filtering, you can go ahead and enable that and set it to 16. I've already done that. Filter quality to high. Once you've done that, you're pretty much good to go. You can go ahead and close this out because, you know, you can launch it from the original shortcut or launch it from here. We'll just launch it from here to save time. We'll go ahead in there and the game should look a little bit smoother. Now the downside, looks like the videos don't play, but that's a small sacrifice just to make sure the game is working correctly. So as you can see, this did come up. Scan lines are on. This will take a few seconds and we'll go ahead and launch the game since we already configured the controls. There we are. And change the cockpit view. So as you can see, the game works nice. So this one brings back a ton of memories because I actually used to own this back in the day when I had my first computer. So if you guys have been trying to run that and have not been able to, that should help you guys out. If you have any questions or comments, just go ahead and post them in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we will catch you guys next time. Have a great day.